And we're back, and we can't finish this podcast without a little bit of dessert. So, Eric, please take us through your segment, which is all about the yummy good stuff.
You knew I had to mention more food on this podcast. I do like Alex's food topics as well. We haven't really talked much dessert besides like the whole pumpkin pie rant I think that Alex had a couple weeks ago. As I normally do, I'm gonna chime about a quick history of dessert, the best and the worst, and you guys probably won't agree, and you'll just interject, which is what I want. So here we go. Quick history. The first dessert that was known and noted was in 3000 BC, apparently, and this was fruit and nuts rolled up together with honey. In other words, candy. This was the first attempt at dessert, and around this time, sugar was expensive and considered a royalty. Therefore, mainly only the wealthy had access to creating and eating such desserts, and that's probably why they were fat. And like you see in those pictures, you know. So I'm going to start it off with my 3 worst desserts. Number 1, fucking peanut butter cookies. Just straight peanut butter.
What are you gonna get peanut butter, bro?
100% agree.
Yeah,
100%
no. Because like it's just
because
so
you would
basic.
die, James.
It's like I'd rather just take a bite of peanut butter with a spoon, and James would die.
Yeah, he would.
That's his problem.
Yeah. More for us.
Number 2 of the worst, rainbow sherbet. Who the fuck came up with this shit? It's just trash. Too many fruitful combos, weird colors. Doesn't intrigue me. My other worst would be pecan pie.
I agree.
There's nothing special about it. It just tastes like a bunch of pecans and almonds or whatever else the fuck they put in it with sugar to mash it together.
Pecan pie. What else would it taste like?
Yeah, not good apparently. James, what are your 3 worst desserts?
Number 1, puff pastries. It's bread and whipped cream, basically.
Oh wait, you're talking about cream puffs?
Oh, dude.
Yeah, cream puffs.
What? Those are good.
Hey, this is mine, not yours.
Okay. Right.
It's too. There's not much about it. Number 2, bread pudding. It has to be done right for me to really like it. Otherwise, it's way too thick. Sometimes it's too dry. If it's done just right, it's done really well. But other than that, like if you just have bread pudding on its own without any ice cream or anything, it's kind of eh. And lastly, I have popsicles because to me, that's just like sugar water.
Yeah, those are trash.
Yeah, it's frozen sugar water.
I don't know about
no substance there at all.
Yeah, and I have sensitive teeth.
Not about the substance.
Dude,
it's always about the substance.
Nah, dog.
So refreshing.
Okay, let's switch it over to Alex. Wait a second, not about the substance. I thought you didn't like pumpkin pie because of the substance and texture. Let's take a look. What are your 3 worst, Alex?
Hey, well, first of all, you took it. Pumpkin pie. Garbage. See you later. Yeah, so that one's not a big surprise. I feel like this one might come in hot. Cheesecake. Oh. See you later.
Depending on the flavor, yeah.
Straight and left.
Can we just cut it? Cut it.
Straight and
Also, that shit is terrible for you.
Yeah, it is.
So,
who cares about
so is everything on this list?
I don't care. Dude, I hate cheesecake. I don't care. And my last one is just anything with coconut in it.
Damn it!
Yeah, you I'm so glad you and I are not friends.
Fuck.
So
fuck coconut. Doesn't need to be.
Yeah, I mean,
ruin it.
Coconut's it's
love coconut.
Tyler, you're ravaged and rattled down there in the bottom right corner. What are your 3 worst?
Literally, my number 1. I literally wrote out anything with coconut in it. Stole my thunder, man.
Sorry, bud.
Oh well, cool. That is the worst dessert, and the coconut's just—it's horrible. The texture, the smell, the taste. It's just I don't know why people.
It's kind of good for you though.
My dad loves coconut. I don't know. I feel like I'm not related to him in that sense. It's just I don't understand. But like he would always have cake with coconut on it, and no one would eat it because no one liked coconut. He just
isn't a German chocolate cake? Doesn't it have coconut?
No.
I thought it does.
No, I'm pretty sure.
No,
I mean you can put coconut.
I think the Germans love coconuts, dude, and you're German. So.
That sounds not correct. We should fact check that.
I'm fact checking it right now, so keep going.
Okay.
There are a
keep
lot
going.
of coconuts in Germany.
Okay.
Yeah,
There are a
keep
lot
going.
of coconuts in Germany.
Yeah, right. Okay, my other worst one is I'm not a fan of sour candy. It's just not my favorite thing. And
Nice,
the one thing
nice.
I kind of am okay with is Sour Patch Kids because they got a little bit of sweetness in it. But just sour candy in general, I'm not really touching that. And then my last least favorite dessert is Jello. I think it's just a really weird dessert. It's got a weird texture. I feel like it looks like it should taste good, but it doesn't. I mean, I've never had good tasting Jello. It's a weird food. So
Jello's only
Yeah.
for like if you're in the hospital.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just I feel like if something is a staple in a hospital, it's just not good.
It's like a wounded dessert.
Yeah.
Traden, speaking of wounded desserts, I bet you got some bad ones. Let me hear your 3 worst.
Yeah, you guys aren't gonna like me. But first of all, there is coconut in most German chocolate cake.
Wow, Tyler.
Suck it.
Jesus.
But I again,
There you go.
I'm just a fat guy. Look, I'm not really a dessert guy, so I
Dang.
don't like most
Jesus
cakes.
Christ, get
Just
out.
don't do it for me. So that's my least favorite. It's just cakes in general. I'm
You're
not
the
a
one
huge-
that ate a cheesecake during the podcast.
I didn't say cheesecake. I didn't say cheesecake.
Wait, you
motherfucker.
said cake.
I said most like breaded cakes, just not for me. And pecan pie just is way too much. Just
Nice.
too much. And I don't really have the third because you could pick out any cake. I mean, I'll eat it, but it's just not my favorite. So any cake, which is like a huge list. There's like
Yeah.
70 of them right there.
I got a bonus one. This will be your third. Tyler sparked me. Sour Skittles, horrendous, terrible, way too sour. Right, James?
the name.
Dude, it's literally called sour Skittles. Why do you expect it to be not sour?
Yeah, they're just not good. They're just too sour. We gave the bad news first, so let's save the best for last. I'm gonna go my top 3. Number 1, cherry pie with vanilla bean ice cream. Not French vanilla, but vanilla bean ice cream. You get the cherry fruit flavor mixed with the sweet, creamy vanilla. And there's nutritional value in cherries, antioxidants, muscle and tissue recovery, sleep, facts, true science, right, Traden? Number 2, straight cookies and cream ice cream. Oreos might be like the best cookie, and you just mash that into that vanilla bean ice cream. And I think there's like an addicting chemical in Oreos too. We should probably fact check that, but I feel like I've heard that before. Some street knowledge.
I'll be sure.
Last I got Pazookies. Hopefully everyone knows what that is. It's basically just a big, meaty, baked chocolate chip cookie with, of course, the vanilla ice cream on top. Here's a spin-off that my buddy did actually recently. It's pretty bomb. Throw strawberry ice cream on top instead of vanilla. It sounds weird, but it was actually very, very good. And I got one bonus throw in, Sweet Jill's strawberry cupcake. It's this bakery near me, and there's one in Long Beach too. Trust me, it's really bomb.
No free ads.
No free ads. Tyler, what are your 3 best desserts?
All right. Coming in at number 3, s'mores. Who doesn't love s'mores?
Well, fucking course.
Of course. And it's one of those desserts that you don't have a lot. So I feel like when you do, you're like, oh yeah, we can have s'mores tonight. You know, obviously the classic is around the campfire when you're camping. You got to have that because it just has that, charcoal or wood kind of fire taste to the marshmallow, and it just tastes delicious. So I love s'mores. Number 2 is homemade cookies. Pretty much any type of homemade cookie I'm down for.
Not peanut butter ones, though.
No, even homemade peanut butter cookies, man. I'm all about peanut butter cookies. I don't know why you don't like them. But probably my favorite homemade cookie, though, is Snickerdoodles. My mom makes the best homemade Snickerdoodle cookies in the world. No question. So Snickerdoodles, my number 1 favorite cookie. And then my favorite dessert of all time, though, is just ice cream. Either it's a milkshake or whatever. There's regular ice cream. I say my favorite flavor of ice cream, Eric, is cookies and cream. But there is a ice cream place in Carlsbad called Handel's that does cookies and cream plus cookie dough, and it's called Oreo, and it is the best ice cream flavor I've ever had in my life.
I've been there.
So Handel's Oreo. I know some of you guys have been there. I've
Yeah.
always taken you there because you got to go to Handles. So that proves why it's my favorite, dessert, because that's where I take all my friends when they come visit.
Nice. Alex, I feel like you'll have similar. What are your 3 best?
Okay, Eric, I feel like you're going to have to come visit because I did make a homemade Pizookie like 2 weeks ago.
Holy fuck.
Ooh.
Yeah, I made
I'll
it in
just
my
bring the
cast
strawberry ice cream.
Yeah, boom. Made in the cast iron skillet. It was delicious.
Fuck yeah.
Okay, so my 3. Number 1, lemon bars. Delicious. Don't give me that.
Actually, those are pretty bomb. I had them
hilarious.
recently, and I thought at first they were bad, and I had them. I was like, they're actually pretty good.
Nah, dude, lemon bars. My growing up, my next door neighbor, she was like 85 years old, made the best lemon bars in the world. Number 2, tiramisu. Yeah.
Fancy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fancy ass bitch over here. I did work in an Italian restaurant as a wee little high schooler, so I ate a lot of tiramisu, so that was fire. Number 3, a warm slice of apple pie after Thanksgiving dinner. Can't beat it because pumpkin pie is trash. Apple pie.
Yeah.
Those are my 3.
I'm glad you didn't say flan. I forgot to mention that. It's probably the worst dessert. It's like pudding and Jello mixed.
I don't know. Flan's pretty damn good. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my God, Traden, what are your
Yes.
3 best desserts?
Yeah, so I I'm not a big dessert guy, but any pie besides pecan pie, I'm a fan of. I love cherry pie. I love apple pie. I am a fan of pumpkin pie, even though it's not my favorite. But I mean, I'm with Alex. A classic apple pie, amazing. I also really like rhubarb crisp. Anything with rhubarb in it is very good. My grandma and my grandpa used to grow it back in the day, and they would put it into these different types of dishes, and it is absolutely amazing. It has a very unique taste. So definitely that. Any cheesecake. I literally love cheesecake. Like just I devour that stuff. So I say I don't like dessert, but anything that has to do with cheesecake, I'm there. And my favorite right now is edible raw cookie dough. It is a thing, and now we found it. We found it in the store. That is, it's edible. It doesn't have the egg or whatever.
Takes all the fun out of it.
That's true.
You're right, but it's so much better. It's so good. There's no work involved. You open the package and just eat it. It's just so good.
Okay, so then just drink milk. Don't ever eat ice cream again.
Yeah, I had an edible cookie dough story. On my drive from Florida back to California when I get my car back that one time over the summer. It was in the middle of Texas, and it was like dead hot, and I was at a gas station. I was like, dude, I just need something to get me through these last 4 hours. And I saw edible cookie dough, and it was in probably like a 12-ounce container. It was a lot, but I ate every single one, and it was so good, and got me through that whole drive. And dude, it was so good. So
telling you.
Yeah.
Health and nutrition, people. That's what we preach on this podcast. And James, I know you got some healthy, nutritious.
Here we go.
Best desserts. What do we got?
Coming in at number 1, probably the healthiest thing of all. I'm sorry, Alex, but it's cheesecake. I agree with Traden. I love cheesecake, all cheesecake, any cheesecake, especially Oreo cheesecake.
Pumpkin cheesecake.
Even the pumpkin cheesecake, I dig it. There's a weird combination at this place called Mouse Carpone's and Orange that I love. It's banana chocolate chip. You don't think it's good? Phenomenal.
Good.
So good. If you haven't been there, you should try it. Coming in at number 2 is pie. I love pie. I love all pie, but more specifically, my favorite of all time is banana cream pie. Going with that right there. And last but not least, Eric wants to talk science, so we'll talk science and nutrition here. It's milkshakes. So you know how they tell you, after a workout, you drink chocolate milk. I say go get a milkshake instead. It's kind of the same thing, but even better. So get a milkshake.
Go to Chick-fil-A, get the chocolate milkshake, and then go drive to Cane's and then get your meal at Cane's because it's better.
Yep. Nutrition.
I got some bonus things that kind of sparked me. I've actually been super into chocolate bars lately. There's a brand, Tony's Chocolonely. They have them in like Sprouts. They just got them at Pavilions, probably Ralph's, Whole Foods. They're bomb. There's like a pretzel dark chocolate. There's all these bomb ones. Kind of sounds like a girl on her period, but still, they're really bomb. The cravings I have for them. Here's another thing that you folks should try out if they still do it. The cherry dipped cones at Dairy Queen. They're actually super bomb. It's like the chocolate dip cones, which are actually pretty bomb. That'd be like my number 4 on the list. Chocolate dip vanilla cones from Dairy Queen specifically, just because their vanilla is straight fire. But yeah, I mean, we could talk about dessert for days, but that's all I'm going to leave you guys with for tonight.
I love it. I'm not, like I said, desserts are okay, but I know that people love them, so we have to. I'm glad that you brought that one. I think that most people like desserts. Not everyone's weird like me.